Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming at you from the car. Had to run in and grab a couple archive drives because there's an older project we need to redo something on. So I'm driving in, doing the old Grand Muna Triangle circuit. It is the Tuesday before. Gonna take a little jaunt, just the wife and I, and get away from it all. Really looking forward to that. So hard to focus on anything except that, but I've actually been kicking ass. I only worked yesterday, but man, I knocked out so many things, and I'm planning on doing that over the next couple days as well to get everything up to date and have a clean slate when I take a good week and a half off or so. Oh man, what is bugging me? Well, a lot of it is going to sound very familiar. I mean, I am royally tired of the mask discussion. It's not even a fucking discussion, man. I really don't get not wearing masks. I don't understand it. So, I saw a video of a couple guys that they're anti-maskers, which cracks me up. I mean, anti-maskers? Wow. That's about as smart as anti-vaxxers. Anyway, these two fellas, they went into this coffee shop and they got breakfast sandwiches and coffee and all, and they still served them. Personally, if I'm at that coffee shop or that's my coffee shop, I'm not going to do that. It's not just to be an asshole, it's for legal reasons. I mean, if it's an ordinance in my town or in my county or in my city or whatever, in my country, I'm not going to allow people to go against it. That's just how it is. Not in my establishment. But anyway, these guys did. They got their cups of coffee. They got some breakfast food or whatever. And, they were getting a lot of shit. People were giving them dirty looks. I guess they were walking along the sidewalk and they were making fun of people who are wearing masks and expressing their discontent at mask wearers, calling people sheep and all that bullshit that these morons do. And someone took the bait and followed him, this guy and his girlfriend, and they had a conversation with him and it got heated, and the girlfriend decided to pick a fight for her boyfriend. And for some reason, you gotta love a woman who gets you in fights, right? You gotta love anybody who gets you in fights. But if any of you guys have ever dated or had a friend who dated someone who got them involved in fights a lot, you know what I'm talking about. So she threw hot coffee at one of the guys, one of the two anti-maskers. Threw coffee at him. Hot coffee. It's that is so fucked up, man. What are you doing, lady? At which point the guy immediately got up and punched her boyfriend a couple times, and it just got real ugly real fast. And she should have gotten in trouble for assault. That's horrible. I don't agree with those guys, and I don't agree with what they're saying and all that shit, but unfortunately, if it's going to be allowed, it is a free country. We do have the right to free speech, so they can say whatever the hell they want, But you can also ignore them. I mean, those dudes aren't worth a fart in the wind, man. Just ignore them. I know that's how I am to people that are like that. I was at a Quick Trip, I guess it was last weekend, and I stopped in, and this woman was walking around without a mask on, and the woman working the counter is like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you have to wear a mask." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have one." "Okay, well, put it on." And then she's like, ma'am, did you refill those drinks? And she's like, yeah. Ma'am, you can't refill drinks right now. I mean, and here's the thing, guys. I would feel totally different about it, except for the fact that there is a sign outside that says wear a mask when you come in. And then there are signs all over the fucking fountains that say no refills allowed right now. And they're not doing it to save money. They don't give a shit. They're doing it to save lives, man. You put your spit-laden cup up there, and some of your particles and shit are going to get on the nozzles and on the drink things, you know? I mean, and then the woman, her excuse was, well, I'm not from around here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're from around here. Can you read? Because there are fucking signs everywhere. So, I just, I've just had it with these people, man, and their bullshit and their lies. I know they've learned from the best and they follow the best when it comes to being a liar, but it's absurd, okay? One more thing that's bugging me. I'll get off the mask thing because it's hopeless. But one more thing that's bugging me is Joe Biden. Pick your fucking vice president, dude. Come on, man. We're a week away from we are a week away from the Democratic National Convention. Granted, it's all going to be on Zoom, but we're a week away. Pick your vice president. This isn't a fucking game show. We've already got that in the White House. We want something different. So, pick your vice president, presidential nominee, please. Please. And quit it with this, dude. It's not a game show. Ugh, Joe, come on, man. You're better than this. All right. That's all that's bugging me right now. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about some things that I'm into. So I'll go ahead and throw it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. All right, we're back. Okay, some things that I am into right now. Well, first off, I didn't think that I was going to be recording another episode this week. But I did, as you're hearing. So, it just buys me a little more time to edit up this audio of the Hot Wings Challenge. And it's a good one, guys. 13 different hot sauces. Probably the biggest bummer out of the whole thing is that I didn't get the video of the whole event. I mean, I think I made a video. I'll put it up here, but explaining what happened. But yeah, my bad. It was still too new to me. I needed the device and I needed to play with it a little bit longer to get to where I understood it better and how it all works. But my bad. I apologize. I did, however, get a little bit of flyby footage of all the different hot sauces we tried and the delicious wings that Mikey made. And I did get audio of the whole thing. So we did have PP officiating. We also had Mikey's neighbor, Jerry, co-officiating there in case there was any difficult calls. And then Mikey and I surrendered our poor stomachs to the gods of fire. And man, I'll tell you what, it definitely went a lot different than the last one. But I will say this. The bomb didn't taste so hot this time around. And I think it's because we were already all spiced up before we got to the bomb. Because that's the make or break point. If you've watched Hot Ones at all, that's kind of the bomb is the one that throws everybody for a loop. And I think it's because up to that point, things have been warm, but they haven't been hot. And we had hot before the bomb. And, whew, man, I'll tell you what. That was hot. But yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. Great wings, great friends, good drinks. It was a very entertaining, fun evening. And we'll do it again. You know, there'll be more new hot sauces. There'll be some hotter shit coming. We'll do it again. About a half year or so from now. I also, the after effects weren't as bad as last time, which was great. Laying down that triple coating of oatmeal for breakfast and lunch, and then bring in a vanilla milkshake with me. I will get a large next time. I just got a medium at Sonic, but I will get a large milkshake next time, vanilla milkshake. And yeah, so there you go. Let's see, what am I into? Well, funnily enough, I've been ripping on vinyl, vnyl.org, and long story short on that deal is I paid for their 2-month trial, so 2 months for the price of one. So basically $20 a month for the first 2 months, and they curate 3 records for you based on your interests and your listening habits and stuff on Spotify, and then they send those to you every month, or that's what they're supposed to do. So I started this back in April. I paid for those 2 months. I didn't get my second shipment until the end of June. Really should have got it at the end of May, but that's all right. I understand. Pandemic took hold. Everything changed. And I went ahead and kept it a third month because I said, well, you know what? Third time's a charm. I bet you this next shipment will be really more my speed. And basically they charged me for 2 more months, a third month and a fourth month. I never got anything. So I reached out to them, contacted them, just said, hey, man, you need to refund me the money, or you need to send me like 6 records. And never heard anything back. I called them numerous times. It just sucked. It was a shitty situation, and I will badmouth them everywhere I can and negative review them, because it turned something that was seemingly beautiful into something real shitty. As a vinyl fan and as a music fan, it made it real crappy, man. And I don't want to be the asshole that pisses and moans about stuff like that, but damn, the first 2 shipments were just mediocre at best, and that's okay. They're trying to figure me out. But then never to get a third or fourth shipment, and never to get any response. I had to turn it over to my bank, and we had to change our bank cards again, and the whole nine, and the bank went after them for this $80 and refunded my account. Well, here's the crazy thing. I got the third shipment. After I sent in a document explaining what happened and everything to the bank and letting them know, hey man, this is why I'm after my money back from these assholes. The next day I get the shipment. Crazy. Here's the crazier thing. This shipment is the most correct shipment for me that they've sent me so far. There were 3 records in there. One is by a group called Revolution, not Revolution, but Revolution. And they're kind of it's the easiest way to put it. It's an all-white reggae band, which I'm not going to fault anybody by their colors, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of like the sound. It's kind of easy going, it's kind of relaxing and interesting sounding, and I kind of enjoy it. So I'd say they hit the mark on that one. The next record was Marvin Gaye's I Heard It Through the Grapevine. And they took 2 older Marvin Gaye maxi singles, basically, and they made one complete album with it. And it is amazing, man. I played that thing yesterday, and it blew me away. I love Marvin Gaye, and I already knew that, but they picked that one really well for me. And then the third one is Talib Kweli, I think is his name. I don't know how you pronounce it. Talib Kweli, I don't know. But anyway, Radio Silence is the name of that record. And I've listened to it all the way through once. I need to listen to it again, but, Anderson .Paak's on there and a few other artists that I really like, and I think I can get into that album. So the funniest thing is I got those 3 basically for free, and it was the third shipment like I originally thought. That's why I paid the extra $40 for a third month, and it is correct. I'm sure I'll never get a fourth shipment because I'm not releasing any more money to those assholes at all. Anyway, so that's it. I got 3 new records. Actually, I really like them. I'll put the images in the spins photo album. You can check that out if you want to. So that's what I've been listening to. I've also been listening to a lot of Frank Black and the Catholics. I just love the guy, Can't stop listening to him. What have we been watching? Well, Umbrella Academy, big time. About 2/3 of the way through that second season. Man, it's really good. I read the comic of both of the first two, a long time ago. I've never read the third story, but I read the first two stories a while ago, and so I kind of know what's going to happen, what's going on and all that, but they changed it up just well enough to make it very interesting, even if you have a rough idea of what's going to happen. And this season, it's been very entertaining and very fun. It does feel like maybe they draw it out to 10 episodes because they're trying to draw it out to 10 episodes. They could maybe compact it into 8. But, oh well. That's just how it is. So, I'm not going to complain because it's new stuff to watch and it's very entertaining and very fun. And Kim's Convenience, yeah, we've been loving that. And I guess PP started watching it now. He likes it as well. That's about it, guys. Nothing else really new on the horizon of watching stuff. Moving into stuff that I'm reading. I did read that war comic I showed you guys in the last episode, or talked about in the last episode, the DC Fighting Forces comic. And it's interesting. They're really trying to push Batwoman on us, aren't they? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all the characters from the Batman universe and stuff, but they're really pushing that Batwoman hard. And I know the TV show's already done. They already yanked it because was it Ruby Rose or whatever her name is not going to be doing it anymore. And I understand she got hurt while they were shooting that first season, so I understand. I get it. And I think they got a new show called Batgirl coming this fall. So we'll see. It might be this spring with the way things are going. Other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing. I understand Bill and Ted's Face the Music or whatever will be coming out on pay-per-view as well in September. So I think you're going to see a lot of that happening. And the real big bummer is you're going to see the collapse of the movie theater industry. And that stinks, man, because there's nothing like going to the movie theater and making yourself sick on greasy, oily popcorn. But sitting in those gigantic seats and kicking back and just kind of losing yourself in a different world for a few hours is a great feeling. And it's going to be a long time before we get to do that again, I'm afraid. Could be less if y'all start wearing fucking masks. But it's going to be a while. And I don't know if it's ever going to be the same, guys. I think some of these movie theater companies are going to just go under, which is a bummer. And that's about it. Not much else going on. I have read a little more Jane Goes North. We talked about maybe having some books with us when we go on this trip. But, I mean, I don't see any time set aside for reading on these trips, man. I love my wife, but we don't get a lot of time to chill. I've been more influential in that respect, and the last few vacations have been a little more chillaxed, if I may use that horrible conglomeration of words. But still, I don't know about time for reading. Maybe if you're sitting on a beach somewhere, maybe. I don't know. That's about it, guys. I am actually here to get these hard drives and stuff, these archive drives, and then I got to turn and burn back home because I have a meeting later on. So I appreciate you guys tuning in again, and I appreciate you also being patient with me as I get this hot sauce challenge edited and in the can for you guys, and it'll take a couple weeks after this, but I'll get it and you'll hear it, and it's pretty fun. I think you'll enjoy it. So hang in there, everybody. Be safe, wear your masks, take care of yourselves, don't do dumb things like so many people are doing right now. Be smart, be safe, care about others, be kind to each other. You know, one thing we definitely don't need any more of in this country is assholes fighting with each other. We got plenty of that right now. So let's just move on past it and figure out how to get our country healthy again and get us back on track to being a good group of people like we really are, instead of this mishmash of people that seemingly hate each other. Let's come together as a people again and move past this pandemic and get back on track, please. All right, everybody, take it easy. I will come at you here in a few weeks with the Hot Sauce Challenge episode. But until then, and this is a long time that you have to do this time, get off my lawn.